When you hear the word sapphire, you probably think of a blue sapphire, but the truth is that corundum comes in almost every color of the rainbow, including colorless, black, and even yellow. When you hear the term fancy color sapphire, that actually refers to any color sapphire that's not blue. So today we're going to talk about 5 things that you should know about yellow sapphires. Yellow is such an interesting color, and while it does come in and out of fashion just like any color, it's arguably the happiest color of the spectrum, I would say. There's something about yellow that it's able to really reflect light without any external light sources that just make it feel automatically bright and optimistic and happy. And similar to wearing pearls, yellow can have that kind of light reflecting ability and be really flattering on any skin tone. The scientific term for sapphire is corundum, and its scientific composition is aluminum and oxygen. So in fact, in its purest form, corundum will actually be colorless. Colorless sapphire, of course, is sometimes used as a stand-in for diamond. And it is actually lab grown sometimes, and that's what is actually used as the face for most luxury watches because it is a 9 on the Mohs hardness scale, so it doesn't scratch very easily. However, as the sapphire is growing, if there are any trace elements whatsoever present, you're going to get various colors of sapphire, and it's actually the element iron that creates yellow in sapphire. And the more iron, the more yellow and saturated the yellow sapphire will be. Of course, like nearly all colored gemstones, the more saturated and vivid the sapphire is, generally the more high quality and valuable it's going to be. So with yellow sapphires, you're really looking for that medium to medium dark tone of yellow, almost what we would call a golden yellow, almost nearing towards the orange end of the spectrum. You really want that vibrant golden yellow color. What you definitely don't want to see with a yellow sapphire is any sort of tint of green or brown. That's going to make it less saturated looking and really take away from the overall beauty and value of the stone. Now, just like some of the most luxurious and famous blue sapphires, one of the best and most famous sources for yellow sapphire is also the island of Sri Lanka, which is sometimes still named in the trade as Ceylon. Of course, one of the most famous blue sapphires is the stone that's found in the engagement ring of the Princess of Wales. This is definitely from Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka is an island known in the trade for being so amazingly rich and high quality mineral content that it's often called the island of gems. It's definitely known as one of the best sources for yellow sapphire. Now, since yellow sapphires share their color with gold and saffron, 2 of the most valuable and luxurious and revered items, especially in the Eastern world, they have long been associated with prosperity, royalty, and divinity in general. This is especially true in places such as Thailand and in nearby India. And in India, especially where Vedic astrology is so popular, the yellow sapphire is actually associated with the planet Jupiter, which of course is the largest and most powerful planet in the universe. And wearing it on what they consider the Jupiter finger, which is the pointer finger, I have my yellow sapphire on there, is known to bring you prosperity, good luck, and just a well-flowing life in general. Now, if you love yellow gems in general and you're trying to compare yellow sapphire to, say, citrine, which is another very popular yellow stone and is a variety of quartz. Quartz is, of course, one of the most abundant minerals on Earth, and it's definitely a lot less rare than corundum. So because citrine is a variety of quartz, you need to know that quartz is definitely lower on the Mohs hardness scale. It sits more around a 7, so it's not as good for daily wear and tear as a sapphire, and especially if you're wearing it in a ring, it's going to be a lot more prone to general kind of scratches and little chips. Quartz is also lower on the refractive index than sapphire. It sits at around 1.45 versus corundum's 1.62 to 1.68. And this just means that it's going to reflect light a lot differently. And in general, it's going to be less sparkly and you're going to get less kind of brilliance and light reflection in general from a citrine than you will a very beautiful, well-cut sapphire. For this reason, if you're considering sapphire and especially a yellow stone as an engagement ring, for example, a yellow sapphire is going to be a great choice because again, it's going to give you that hardness that you're looking for some good daily wear and tear if you're going to wear that ring every single day. And if you get a beautiful saturated and well-cut stone, as mentioned, you do have that chance to get that beautiful light reflection and sparkle that you're going to want from a very high quality and beautiful engagement ring. They can even be a great stand-in for yellow diamonds diamonds if you love the look of a colored diamond, but of course don't want the necessarily 5-figure price tag that you might get with a saturated yellow diamond. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have more questions about yellow sapphires or even fancy colored sapphires in general, feel free to put them in the comments below. And of course, to learn more about gems or jewelry, feel free to visit us on our main page at winstongemsandjewellery.com.